Hey there, YouTube. Just a little heads up. I recorded this yesterday, and originally I was not going to chop these up into parts. It was supposed to be one long video, but due to editing problems, I had to chop these up into parts. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the Ghostbusters review, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey there, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Bringing you my Ghostbusters review, and I am excited. And I know some of you guys want me to just jump right into the new one, but you can't do a Ghostbusters review without talking about, the first two. It's just, you just can't do it. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get started on, this is my Ghostbusters review. I actually don't remember on how I got into Ghostbusters. I remember just watching it with my mom. It says, I love the comedy. It says, and at that time, I really loved Bill Murray. It says, I still do love Bill Murray now, but it's just back then, it's just, I would just watch Bill Murray like all the time. And it's just, the jokes, were really funny. The effects were really good. At the time when I was a kid, and at the time, of the 80s, I'm pretty sure that they were, groundbreaking, but nowadays they look really cheesy and really stock. But everything about the first movie is it's really good, and it did so good that it had its own comic book series. It had its own cartoon series titled The Real Ghostbusters, and it had its own sequel, Ghostbusters 2. Now, Ghostbusters 2 was not as well received as its predecessor. A lot of people says that it's exactly like the first one. It just has like a few minor details, and it was just really bad. Me personally, what do I think about Ghostbusters 2? I think it's good. It does have its problems, and it's not as good as the first one, but I still think that it's really good. There's actually like the two big concerns about this movie is that, even though there are a little bit things, there are some things that are similar from this one, from the previous one. My thing is that, they play it a little bit too safe. I think that, they should just up the comedy a little bit in that one. And Ghostbusters 2 takes place 5 years after the events of the first Ghostbusters. My thing is that, some people, they still believe that, the Ghostbusters, are shams, that they just faked the whole thing. How do you explain that? Just, how do you explain all those ghosts just coming out of nowhere? Just, how do you explain, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, just wrecking buildings and cars and shit? It's just, how do you fake that? But, Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters really good. Ghostbusters 2, it's good. What more could you ask for? A third Ghostbusters. We're going to be talking about the development of the third Ghostbusters movie. Because, wow, it's a clusterfuck, actually. Dan Aykroyd, one of the original Ghostbusters, was actually writing a script in the 90s titled Ghostbusters Hellbent. And it was supposed to be and the Ghostbusters was supposed to be sent into an alternate version of Manhattan titled Matt Helton, yeah. It's supposed to be a hellish version of Manhattan, basically. And I actually have not read the script, which actually that's what I usually do when it comes to certain movies, actually, because I like to just read scripts and stuff like that. It seems really interested, but this the third Ghostbuster has been, it's been kind of a roller coaster. It's going through development hell. Bill Murray really didn't want to be in it because he doesn't like sequels, and it's just it says at one point he wants to be in it, and another thing he doesn't want to be in it. His commitment just was not, fully in it. Rick Moranis, who was in the original two Ghostbusters. He's been on hiatus, which means, he's to stop, acting. Well, actually, not stop acting, but like, he's very selective on what he wants to be in. And, it's just, the script has been rewritten, rewritten, and, it's just been a clusterfuck. They wanted Ben Stiller in the movie, and yeah, it's just been a hell of a clusterfuck. It wasn't until 2009 until we got Ghostbusters, the video game. It was released for PS3, Xbox 360, the Wii, and I think the PlayStation 2, and I think the Nintendo DS. Whatever. It's just Dan Aykroyd actually said that this is considered Ghostbusters 3. I mean, it's basically Ghostbusters 3 because there are certain the Ghostbusters are teleported in like a hellish version of Manhattan, and this is basically what people wanted, but not in video game form. They wanted actual movies, and there was another script that there was going to be a different generation of Ghostbusters, and the original Ghostbusters were going to be their mentor. Yeah, it was just a clusterfuck. It said it was going to be released in 2012. It said it was going to be released in 2013. It said it was going to be released in 2014. Yeah, but it wasn't until February of 2014. Harold Ramis died. One of the original Ghostbusters who played Egon, he died, and yeah, it's just that was really sad. It's just, and I've seen his movies. It's like he's an actor and a director, very very talented guy. And it's just him dying like that. That was really sad. So it was because of Bill Murray, not really committed to the project, and Harold Ramis dying in 2014. The studio they decided to reboot the series, and this is where I talk about the new Ghostbusters, but I am actually going to pause the video because I actually have a friend who's seen Ghostbusters with me, and he's going to talk about his opinions too. So, yeah, jump cut.